more important for like a good from a ooh, and we're getting started. Let's see. But yeah, as I was saying, I think that equal player skill is more important than having like very good players from a viewer perspective, for like an exciting match, for a fun close match. I think it's more important that they're very close in skill. And that's why I like these sort of like, and also personally, I think it's really interesting, like the super high end matches, right? Like the 6-0 and 7-0 matches, like that's super cool and everything. But I think that like these sort of mid tier matches. Oh, we've got a blue cane. How do you feel about that?
This one's always a little bit scary. You gotta conserve your magic here. These first 2 guards are free because you get the magic refill from the pots and a lamp from the get-go.
That's nice. Tief Blau left one of the magic pots. Hopefully that doesn't come back to hurt him. Yeah, vanilla lamp, right? Actually, no. The lamp is in like almost vanilla.
If you skipped that chest, you can pick up the lamp there. They give you a couple options to get the lamp. So the lamp often is an item that everyone's happy to see, although at the beginning of the game it's kind of a one piece towards indicating you need to go to Aghanim. It's something that the runners never want to do.
Yeah, it's as you get higher in skill and you get a little bit better and better at the game, it becomes really more of a fire source than anything else. Because once you're able to do most or all of the dark rooms, it's just kind of a thing that's there in that sense. But yeah, it's still a nice item to have. It's good for understanding the progression, understanding where the game wants you to go, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, for sure. And like for Aghanim, so like you need lamp logically, you need a sword, and then either a second sword or a cape. So there's one piece already, kind of the game indicating you that way. And granted, this is the very beginning, so we'll see what comes out of the rest of Escape and Kakariko. But
if they get a sword, we'll know they're really in trouble.
Yes. They get the Master Sword and a cape. I like to call that double confirmed Aghanim.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Using the good old pot strats on the ball and chain guard, the mace guard over here, trying to conserve that magic. A good play, good option. We have a moon pearl. Let's go. Maybe no Aga.
Yeah, that's one step in the other direction.
We can fake flipper is confirmed on the table. Let's go. Got a moon pearl. But yeah, I just to finish my thought that I was saying before is that like when you have like the really top tier racers, and it's like it's kind of like it's exciting to see all the cool stuff that they can do, but in a way it's kind of boring because you know what's gonna happen. It's like, oh, he's gonna do here and he's gonna go here and do like Ice Palace bomb jump, or he's gonna do this trick, or he's gonna do that glitch or whatever, right? Whereas when you're in these sort of like mid-tier races, I think it's really fun and interesting because it's like you're never sure which tricks everybody knows or whether they can do them every time or not. You don't know, like they can know different stuff, like maybe one person knows Ice Palace bomb jump, but someone else is can do maybe Meyer dark rooms or something like that, right? And that's why I really like it makes it really interesting, kind of spices it up where it's kind of like, oh man, can he do it? Is he, or if he can do it, is he gonna get it? Like, so I really like these matches for that. So.
Yeah, I would have to actually agree and say that some of the most exciting matches that I've seen in this tournament have been the 1 in X. runs. Players that only have one win, but like, yeah. So yeah, they aren't necessarily doing the optimal top tier tricks and everything, but
That sort of adds another layer of excitement to it because
yeah,
it's
for sure. You don't know, you're going to see uncommon strategies and, even maybe learn something that you didn't know. Like I learned that you can get fairies if you mirror outside of the safety door in Turtle Rock and then mirror again into the light world.
huh. Yeah, I guess that is pretty interesting, huh? Oh man, JJBlu got a bomb, which I'm assuming. So Tief Blau is going to have to come back. See, and that's what's really interesting, I think, about getting the blue cane and the red cane in Escape is that it makes it hard to farm for bombs. So,
yeah. JJ did a really good play going to this rat nest in the top right. You can kill a lot of rats real quick with the blue cane there. He made a good play and got a bomb drop.
My signature. Ooh, and he's got a sword, a piece of heart, and some rupees. Okay, that sword though, nice get. Tief Blau is not going to be disappointed when he eventually comes back for that.
Well, or maybe he will be. We'll see.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll see if it makes a difference in the interim.
Tief Blau going right into the forest. Not interested in looking at the lumberjack. Will make use of the poultry though and gets
I did not know about that.
20 roots. Oh.
Okay, all right. We're sorting it up here. Maybe Aga. Maybe it's the bad sword. Maybe that's the bad kind of sword that you don't want to see. We'll see if JJBlu goes to the checks the Aga tree. That's gonna be a big no.
Out here.
Yeah, so Aga definitely on the table right now. And actually, in a way, so the Moon Pearl, you mentioned that the Moon Pearl is sort of a step in the other direction, but it can also be used because if Aga is your only Dark World access, like if you're waiting on double gloves or hammer gloves, then the Moon Pearl can, in a way, in some ways, actually point to Aga as well.
We could see a scenario where gloves aren't until very deep in the Dark World.
I lost that race, and I'll thank you not to mention it. It was bad. It was a bad seed, man. Oh, man.
Tief Blau picking up some bombs in the shop.
A wise use of their money at this point. So, Tief Blau looking a little bit ahead at the moment, but does still have to go back to that back of Escape after they get some gloves. Gosh, actually,
or he'll get another sword right now.
Another sword, wow. Yeah, so I was gonna say that now that's totally dashed now that they have that other sword, but I was gonna say that what could have happened is that if there are no gloves and Aga is the only access to Dark World, then Tief Blau could have actually had to go all the way through the castle through Escape again to get that second sword to get to Aga. But got another sword, so no big deal. Wow! The new hype cave. We got hype well with the Red Cane of Samaria, flippers. Let's go.
Don't forget that single arrow. That may be the one that kills Ganon.
That's the arrow that kills Ganon. Don't you forget it. That's a silver arrow right there. It looked wooden, but you don't know. You don't know about that silver arrow. JJ gonna pick up their tempered sword. Got the hot Cheeto. Ooh, hot Cheetos! Let's go. Hot Cheeto is a joke in my stream. That was just for me and like the one person from my stream who might be here.
Oh, was that all 3 pendants? I didn't quite catch that map check.
That would be a yes, sir.
This could be quite the seed. What if the pedestal is... Well, let's see. They can get Agnem, but like, what if the pedestal is a glove? And I can't do... No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. We need to devise scenarios here, though.
Let's see. Pedestal could be hookshot. Pedestal could be either rod.
It could still be a glove, not the first glove, though.
Is this even, Rando?
What if it's like the fourth sword?
We got Lamp and Escape. We've got Light World Pendants. What game are we actually playing right now? I'm not sure. By the way, chat, how are you today? I want to know. I'm super curious. I might die if I don't find out how chat is doing tonight. Silence from chat. Dang, guys, you guys are savage. Tough crowd. All right. No love.
They may just be dumbfounded by the 3 pendants in Light World. I certainly am.
I don't think I
think I've experienced it exactly once.
I think I've run about... I'm probably pushing 100 seeds. I don't think I've ever seen it.
All right, we get a slight divergence here. JJ is going to go check the Aegina cave, or yeah, it's really all he can get info on the desert ledge too. And there's a glove.
We are. They, gosh, Tief is trying real hard to dodge that Aga.
I cannot blame him.
Neither of them checked the tree. I'm so ooh. Oh my goodness. Tief can go get that hot Cheeto now. Or a little of that spicy powder in somebody's eyes. Could be
oh, JJ just found the mirror.
Nice.
The mirror is one of these items that I always want to find as soon as possible, or not at all.
I never don't want to find mirror.
But like, I guess we kind of know exactly what we need for go mode already with the 3 pendant dungeons in the Eastern.
We need everything. For
yeah.
go mode. We need a flute. We need both rods. We need Red Cane, which we have. We need a hammer. We need hookshot. We need a bow.
We may need boots.
It's possible. We may need a book.
So other than a few extra locations that JJ has checked, they're roughly on the same path here. Looks like JJ is going to skip the Ice Rod Cave, though.
He might swing around and come back down. It's kind of ooh. There's blue mail on the Highly Island, but I have done. It's kind of a weird path, but when you get early flippers, it's not crazy to come up, get Hobo, go around, get Ice Rod, and then teleport to
Whirlpool back up.
up to Kizora. Yeah, yeah. It's not a completely ridiculous route. Hobo appeared to be a green rupee.
Well, there's a reason he's under the bridge.
Wow! Oh, nice, good catch. I like that one. That was nice. But yeah, I believe that Tief, yeah, just with the 50 rupees from Back of Escape, now has enough for King Zora, so was not able to go up there. JJ is actually skipping Ice Rod Cave and Zora and going straight to Sasha.
Looks like Tief is gonna head up to Death Mountain.
Possible. Or are we gonna get that tree check? It's what I want to see. I want to see a tree check. That's gonna be a no. Sasha, not too much. Oh, we got bacon. We got the bacon medallion. So that's pretty cool.
It looks like JJ will continue on into Eastern. It's a dungeon that's often double dipped, and that may not happen in this seed, being it a pendant. But
this is quite a gamble. I'm not sure how I feel about this. You have access to several other good areas. I'm not saying it's the wrong play. You know, we have to find out what's actually in here or not. But I can understand wanting to do it before Aga.
For sure, yeah. I mean, basically, you do everything before Aga, then you do Aga.
Yeah, but you've got Zora money, you've got Death Mountain access, you've got a mirror.
Yeah, the Zora area does have 4 more items in it. Tief picking up that rock in front of Link's house to get the 1 bomb 50-50. He's good knowledge of where little extra bombs are. He's at 4 bombs, so it looks like he is heading towards Zora now.
Yep. Let's see what the oh, I've done that more times than I care to admit. We'll see what the fairy princess has for us over here.
I'm gonna guess some amount of 20 rupees.
I would love to see another sword right now. 300 rupees for JJ. Silver arrows. Let's go. That's good enough. Let's find a bow. OP seed. Easy every time. Let's go.
There's that 20 rupees. Knew it had to be around here somewhere.
Let's see what kind of lesson Zero is going to teach us today. This Eastern Palace play not seeming to work out too super well for JJBlu.
Well, both of our runners will end up with at least peace of mind. Tief knowing that Zora doesn't have anything, and JJ learning what Eastern holds. After we see what's in the big chest. The story continues. It looks like Tief is heading off. It's off to Aghanim now.
Wow. A bold move. Checking has access to 2 pendant dungeons. Checks neither of them. Straight to Aga. Let's go.
He hasn't found the mirror yet, so he doesn't know about Hera as an option.
I did not realize that. That's true. Where was the mirror? I missed the mirror.
It's in Aegina Cave in the desert, so it may be a long time before he stumbles into that.
See how this goes. I think this is a really interesting plays from both players. We'll see who pans out first.
My gut feeling is Tief is making the right play right now.
I would agree,
Well,
but
we're gonna see the lumberjack here.
okay, we're good. We're gonna find out right now if this is the right play. Nope. Arrow upgrade. So
It makes Agnes slightly less appealing, but
I suspect that JJ is on their way to Death Mountain and Hera. If Hera dodges Aga, we've got a race. If Hera is a bust, JJ is going to be very sad.
yeah, it may come down to how long it takes Tief to find the mirror, and if the mirror is blocking anything like Bow in Cave 45 or something like that.
Very true. It would be a disaster for Tief if Mirror was. Well, actually, no. Gosh, I was gonna say it would be a disaster for Tief if Mirror is blocking Flute, but even then, you might not. Because I would think that you would, because normally if you don't check Agina Cave early, you check it later after you get Flute and you do Mire and Desert all in one go. But if you don't have the Flute, or if you don't have the mirror to mirror from Mire to Desert, that could be a problem for Tief. We'll see how long they put off checking Agina. JJ definitely not out of this race yet.
Tief making good use of the boomerang there to grab the key. Saves a couple seconds. Feels good when you pull something off like that. It's just the little things.
And JJ gets a poem.
Oh, alright.
Who writes the poetry for the are they like song lyrics, or does someone on the dev team
I
write
believe
it?
VTorp is behind it.
JJBlu finds a cape. Another sort of little arrow to Aga, so we'll see what's in.
Yeah,
Hera.
this is true. As Chad is pointing out, we have Aghanim double confirmed now, maybe even triple confirmed.
Can we go for the legendary quadruple confirm? JJ has it. We'll see it. JJ's not going to use the cape for the tile room. Going for the rare pot strats. Let's go.
Now, the tile room is can be a nice break if you need to stretch or get something to drink real quick, but if you're not interested in that, you're ready to go. I mean, you find interesting ways to keep yourself occupied.
Is this like, you know, when like a jogger is like at a stoplight and they're like running in place to keep their pulse up? Is this the like rando version of that?
I believe that is correct, actually. Got to keep those actions per minute up.
Yeah, there we go. JJBlu, obviously a StarCraft pro, slumming it with us in the rando community there.
I mean, nothing on Pyramid, a bomb capacity upgrade.
I like I alluded to earlier, I really think it's Dark World Access is what we were looking for here.
Yes, yes. Unless, like, a hammer is hiding in Hera. I saw a red crystal at Thieves Town. I didn't see where 6 was.
I know Pro Tier tracker, Lane Iwakuta is on top of it, and we're gonna get some. We're gonna get filled in on the bottom here.
A mirror was found in a Gina's cave. To answer a question in chat.
And really, that at this point, unless there's something, that's not gonna work there, JJ. Oh, it did work. Ooh, shows what I know. I just need to quit being a commentator, I guess.
Rewarded with the
Bottom
map.
Let's go. Yeah. So if Moldorm is a bust here, JJ's saving grace at this point in time really is this mirror. Because not only does Tief have to find it to progress, because it's required to get into Swamp Palace, but it's gonna make traversing between the Dark World and the Light World take a lot longer. So
You start
even
running
though
of like double checking locations, dungeon traversals a little bit longer. You know, all these things start to add up.
So even though Tief is ahead right now, unless there's a hammer, no, that is not a hammer.
This
There's
is a green pendant.
pendant. We'll see what Sasha has. But so even though Tief is technically ahead right now, every moment, like every action that they take without that mirror, like moving between worlds, checking locations inefficiently, is time lost. Time for JJ to catch up.
Tief has just realized he is short on the fee for Kiki.
Noticed before they actually got to Kiki throw, so. Yep, JJ gonna check Sasha before heading to Aga. Which, in this situation, I would absolutely do.
Tief appears to be heading straight to the rupee farming cave here.
Interesting, no... Whoa! JJ getting the Titan's mitts from Sasha. That changes the game.
Yeah, that seems huge.
JJ might actually be in the advantage right now. That is ridiculous. Oh gosh, that is ridiculous because that means that Tief actually has to go kill Moldorm to get the green pendant to get the Titan's
the
mitts.
time spent in Aghanim is no longer needed time.
Exactly. Wow. That.
So just to reiterate, you check everything before Aghanim, then you do Aghanim.
It was one item difference, and Tief could have run away with this race. I'm not going to blame Tief for their routing choice. I don't think that they were wrong, but man, that's we've got a race right now.
To eat the words I said 10 minutes ago, I think Tief is making the right play.
I think that it probably was the right play, but you know, it's a randomizer, man. Tief getting that mirror.
Hopefully this will set him on the right path towards Hera.
Very possible.
Fortunately, with Dark World access now, he may try to get tricky. Although, does he really have much access? He can get around with the flippers, right? Maybe not.
JJ got a hammer, I believe, from the chest game. And is going straight for Thieves Town, which I think is the exact right thing to do. This seems crazy. What the heck, man? Tief? It's like they know.
I think he actually has no other options. I think he only had a Gina Cave left, which then now led him here.
Could have, well, no, has Eastern Palace still, but the mirror obviously points towards Hera, and also could have farmed some money to get into Dark Palace, which, as long as it's not bow locked, could have some good things in there. So yeah, this race, a little crazy. And in fact, interesting. So obviously the Aga play, a bit detrimental right now, right? But I probably won't make up all the time spent going through Aga Tower and killing Aga, but not as bad as it might seem, because it could end up, especially if they find Flute very late, that Dark World traversal point, like in the palace now, that Tief has and JJ does not, could be very useful. It can be incredibly convenient to have that basically Dark World portal right in the center of the map. So let's look at the logic. What do we have right now? We don't have Fire Rod. We do have Bombos, so and Flippers. So Ice Palace is on the table. We can get into JJ can get into Turtle Rock. We can get into Swamp, but not complete it. We can't complete Turtle Rock because we don't have either Rod. We need both of them. We can't complete Swamp because we don't have Hookshot. Mire is off the table. Swamp Palace can be dipped. Dark Palace, maybe.
Seems like we're setting up for a lot of check this dungeon and come back later scenarios.
We'll see how brave they are. If they know the hookshot bomb jump in Ice Palace, and they are at least somewhat confident in their cold stare game, that could be a good next pick, because it can be fully complete right now. They have a fire source, they have a hammer, they have Bombos, and they have that hot Cheetos.
The Tempered Sword is a very nice advantage to have. Just the difference between it and Master Sword in terms of killing enemies and bosses is...
Yeah, especially for Cold Stare. Like, just stick that hot Cheeto right in his eye. Ooh, spicy ouchies. So Tief going for smartly going for Hera over Eastern Palace, and will be rewarded for it. It was pointed there by the mirror, and of course, it had the.
I think he's planned this out, that he saw it had the green pendant.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
the other two places to go being Eastern and Dark Palace.
And you can turn in the
Eastern,
or you can turn in the green pendant on the way to Eastern. Oh, but Has the Mirror is probably going to go to Dark Palace, Mirror, turn in the pendant, and then go into Dark Palace. So.
Unless his prize of mitts changes his mind. We'll see what he does.
The Mitts Prize. Sounds like some kind of literary award.
Got the mirror prepped. He's on it.
Yes, indeed. Knows the good spot too. Nice. Tief is happy.
I thought he was gonna leave that bomb for Saharshala, but just to rob him instead.
Maybe he'll leave one on the way out. Got the bacon coin. Looking for that Harry Potter coin next. Thievery.
It looks like JJ's gonna clean up a little of the overworld here before he heads into another dungeon. Ice Palace is not exactly one of the more friendly dungeons to.
It is not. Like I said, you have to have some confidence in your skill and a certain level of bravery to hit Ice Palace this early. It's definitely a tough dungeon. But it's not off the table. I would like to see it. I would love to see one of these runners go for it.
There's also the if you wanted to pick a couple dungeons to go mode, Ice Palace is kind of near the top on that.
That would be the one thing that makes me kind of hesitate to do it. Is go if you want to go, like you said, if you want to go mode a dungeon, Ice Palace is pretty much number one on that list. Ice Palace and potential, and Ice Palace and Meyer are probably one and two on that list.
The swamp as well. Meyer, sometimes you get jerked around looking forever for the big key.
I mean, that happens in Ice Palace too, though, unless you know the bomb jump, which...
Right. With the bomb jump, it's just straight shot right to the boss.
Hammer was in chess game, I believe, for those asking in chat. It was either chess game or the first chest in and another male upgrade. Okay.
Another, I think that was the first one, right?
So, well, because we saw one earlier on the Hylia.
That's right.
But so Tief going through here, not going to be able to complete the dungeon though, even though they have the it's not bow locked, they have the lamp, but the hammer is in
Yeah, from his perspective at this point, there's nothing he can full clear, right?
Well, Thieves Down except for the big chest.
So he's in the area, he may as well take a look.
Yeah. Like I'm not throwing the Dark Palace play into question. I'm just saying that this is, we know that they're not going to find anything that will allow them to see what JJ's up to. Has already completed Thieves Down as their first crystal.
Maybe getting a look at Hype Cave here.
That would be my guess. Certainly what I would do in this situation. Could be a swamp dip. Could be that Ice Palace play. Has the hammer. Could be going for Dark Palace. Nothing good in Hype Cave. Bugnet! Whoa, Swagnet, let's go! Go mode! That's it. That's all you need for go mode, Swagnet. Let's go. We in there.
I appreciate the effort for making it a Hype Cave.
Even if Tief kills Ganon first, JJ got the Swagnet, and that means he's the winner in my heart. I think we can all agree on that. Ooh, are we gonna see? No, he's going for that. He's going for that armor. Smart play. I absolutely would have forgotten that.
If you're heading into Ice Palace, you want that armor. Cold Stare hits like a truck.
Yeah. Is he
Oh,
going
oh,
for
he
it,
hasn't
though?
checked the Ice Rod Cave yet.
He has not checked Ice Rod Cave, and he has not gone to. Oh, did he? One of them went to Zora. Did they both go to Zora? Did they both end up going to Zora yet?
I actually do not recall.
Top tier commentator team 2018. Bad Moon Z, Valkyrie TR. Let's go. We also do birthday parties and bar mitzvahs. Call us today.
Okay, I did note down that the single arrow was in the well. So anyone needs to know that. I can recall that.
That's true. That's that hype info that our viewers need and deserve. I'm gonna start asking that. I'm gonna start going into race streams and being like, "Hey, where was the single arrow? Does anybody remember where the single arrow was?"
JJ's gonna take a look at the east side of Death Mountain here by way of hammer. Potentially get a
no hook shot, no boots.
Yeah, we get intel at least on whether ether is needed for Turtle Rock or not.
And can get the east side light chests. Tief making the play, almost done with it now, but making the play into Eastern Palace just while they were in the area, I suppose. Not sure how I feel about it with so many other crystal dungeons that they can
Yeah, it is a pendant. Again, it's probably just peace of mind, so to speak. He knows that area of the game is, or area of the world is, completed, so to speak, until the bow shows up. JJ going straight to the Super Bunny Cave. Or okay. Psyched me out.
I tried to do Super Bunny Cave in a race, in last week's race, and failed utterly and felt deservedly awful for it.
Tief making the play right into Skullwoods. And there's
JJ
the hook
has
shot.
the hook shot. Wow. The hype plays into EDM. Everything is coming up JJ right now, man.
I was even allowed to check the hookshot cave right here too. Quite convenient.
Hookshot, yeah, all of EDM is open.
And there's
To
ether,
JJ.
so medallion question marks are now gone.
Got that Harry Potter coin.
At this point, Tief is just looking for the bow, both rods, and flute. Is that it?
Unless one of those items is locked behind boots or book, then yes. Or power.
I'm barring a fetch quest here.
Right. JJ gets their first bottle. hot fairy inside. What everybody wants to see. We've seen EP full cleared. Besides Armos Knights, Bow is not there. There's nothing good in it. Both runners have gone through EP.
I think there's a discussion of what could be on pedestal. Bow is ruled out.
Yeah, Bow can't be on pedestal. What
There's
can be on
Fire
pedestal
Rod.
that's left right now? Flute can be on pedestal. We've got the Fire Rod. Ice Rod can be on pedestal.
Oh,
We've got Mushroom. Jesus.
stacked hookshot cave with the hookshot right in front of it too. Be another problem if Tief puts that off waiting until he gets the hookshot.
Hookshot the real Hat Cave. Tief finally checking the Aghanim Cave after having cleared Aghanim. Going for Spike Cave, which I have forgotten lately. Hype Shot Cave, yo! Who is that? Arcarian in the chat. I love it. Hype Shot Cave, let's go. You the real MVP.
Just a heart and spike cave for JJ. The world is open to him. He has plenty of options now for clearing.
JJ has everything except the Ice Rod and the Flute. The world is his oyster. He is ready to go. Plenty of hearts. If he ends up full clearing Palace of Darkness, which I expect him to, because it's one of the easier dungeons, and he has the bow and the silver arrows. I expect him to go there, probably after whatever the name of the dungeon is that he's going to in Skullwoods. Skullwoods.
Yes, Skullwoods is called Skullwoods.
That's correct. I expect to see probably Pod after this from Joker.
Tief looks like finally heading towards Village of Outcasts here. He's cleaned up most of the rest of the North Dark World here. He needs to get the hammer, and then he needs to get to Death Mountain. That's where everything is.
Ponto, yeah. It's sort of interesting how like stacked this seed has been, where like all of the items have been in like two or three.
Yeah. Like you guess wrong and you're in trouble. Tief's gonna continue to clean up some overworld here, it looks like. Take care of the digging game. I'm trying to think of the scenarios that could allow Tief to get back in this, and I think it involves him finding the flute somewhere. It's preferably here. If I can't recall if JJ has done this, I don't think he has.
If JJ gets if both Ice Rod and Flute are in Skullwoods, which I don't think they can be at this point.
No, Tief has checked it already.
But he didn't do the back end.
Correct, yeah.
But if one or both of those items are in Skullwoods, or rather, if JJ gets go mode very soon, they could potentially, with one bottle, the amount of hearts that they have, and blue mail, it's not impossible that they die to Ganon. Tief will almost certainly end up with red mail, which will give them an advantage in that sense. It's kind of a long shot, but it's not crazy.
Well, I do like this suggestion from chat. If boots are somewhere strange and Tief finds them, and then the big key for Ganon's tower is on the torch, could be a bit of an equalizer.
I like that better than mine. That's amazing. Tief finally gonna get that hammer. There it is. JJ. We'll see how they do against Mothman. Short work. Nicely done. About as clean a fight as you can hope for. Below spikes flying around. Yeah, it's definitely not impossible for JJ to get trolled by one or both of these remaining go mode items. So this race is by no means over yet. Strong advantage for JJ right now, but it's not ridiculous to think of Tief
Always finding that last item.
Oh yeah, anybody who's played more than just a couple seeds has had a seed where just that one item, you have everything in the game except for one item, and where is it? You don't know. You'll never find it. Ice Rod could be an Ice Palace. Ice Rod could be... Both items actually could be in Turtle Rock.
That's actually my guess for it right now.
I think I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark. I'm going to say Flute is in Turtle Rock. Maybe not Ice Rod, but I think Flute is probably on Laser Bridge. Oh! Oh my goodness, and Sick Kid has a sword-holding kid. And JJ's got the golden sword.
All 4 swords were relatively early, minus the bottle requirement. If there was another bottle and escape or something, they could add Butter Sword before leaving Kakariko.
So that actually kind of I think that JJ will have no problems with getting.
Yeah, I anticipate. Honestly, I anticipate both these runners making short work again, and
with this sort of power level coming out of it.
JJ is still being very thorough here. He doesn't want to leave Flute or the Ice Rod in somewhere. Looks like he's gonna go make the Brad Smith and Purple Chest loop now.
It's definitely the thing to do. You're in the area, you have the mirror and the hammer, no reason not to.
We could probably just route Swamp Palace right into the end of that too.
It's not ridiculous to think so. Tief getting a girlfriend. Congratulations, Tief.
Yeah, someone in chat mentioned earlier they like seeing the different color dress that the maiden wears.
Yeah, I like that.
Depending on the sprite. Like, JJ's was like a blue dress.
Depending on... I think it depends on your sprite and... Does it depend on what male you have?
That I don't know, actually. It's a good question.
I think maybe not.
I think it's just sprite related, regardless of what male you're currently wearing.
Yeah, JJ getting the $20 missing persons reward there. Going for the lunchbox.
Tief getting knocked all over the place here on blind, but makes short work of him. Pokes the wall.
JJ taking the long way to the thief to open the chest. Still has to collect all these items, so that would be why. And wow, God, this seed just wants you to win.
Pretty much fully geared out now. I mean, even their hurt count's respectable.
We know where the other male upgrade is. Tief right behind JJ. Getting a boomerang. Red mail cannot be in the lunchbox. Red mail is in.
It's on the island,
the
right?
other place. Well, Tief's red mail is on the island. JJ's red mail is in Darkness. $20 in the lunchbox. Hey man, you can get a good lunch with $20. It was red. It was red. I will get Arcarian. You know what? You got him.
JJ is indeed going into Swamp Palace. This is some pretty good routing, knocking off a bunch of items all in a row. Let's see what Tief decides. Without the hook shot, going into Swamp Palace isn't as enticing.
I expect Tief to make the Death Mountain play very soon.
There's just a boatload of chests up there. I personally try to usually make it a priority to go there as soon as I'm able to.
Well, I understand that they're you really want the hookshot before you go up there, sort of in the same way that you want like the hammer before you go into Thieves Town or something like that. But sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet.
Tief has to visit our hype cave here and get his bug net. Won't he be happy?
He's gonna be real sad. He's gonna be like, man, JJ probably already has this. I feel like I've lost the race.
That may be a question we have to ask at the end.
How did you feel when you got the bug net? Is JJ gonna clear the left side? Or are they gonna go straight to? So what I like to do is I usually go straight for Argus, unless I've already got the map and the compass already, or at least one of them. I'll go straight to Argus before.
This is a similar play I've been adapting in my runs too. It's like if the map and compass are in question, just let's see how the rest of the dungeon pans out. We might learn that the left side is the map and compass.
Right, because my logic is that even if you kill Argus and have to come back in and go back to that left side, you're not really losing any more time than going to the left side and then going back to the center and finishing the dungeon. Like, because you have to go there and back, it's the same as going to Argus and then coming back through from the beginning, right? Like, it's... And then it might not end up that you just don't need to go over it, or you don't care.
Tief's venturing into Ice Palace.
What's
Does have everything he needs to complete it.
What sprite was
Assuming
Blue
bomb
using? JJBlu is using the Cyrano sprite. Cyrano is from Toho. And Tief Blau is using Valera from Warcraft. Featured most prominently in Hearthstone. One of the rogue champion.
He gets the little key in the first chest, which I find to be actually very convenient. In this case, it means he doesn't have to do that second bomb jump.
We've got a whole lot of not much from the left side of Swamp Palace. The clean double Stalfos Knight kill from Tief. Let's see if they go for the swag bomb jump here. It looks like it. Maybe. You can do it, Tief. I believe in you.
This is me every time I try to do this. It's like at least 4 falls. Very nice, got it. There's the flute! Swamp Palace.
My goodness. Oh my goodness, JJ is really just looking to run away with this race.
JJ's in a position now where he's just looking for the ice rod, and that's it. Can't quite go mode dungeons, but at this point you just stay in dungeons and hope you find it along the way.
I sort of expect Ice Rod to be in Turtle Rock, which would be unfortunate, but
I'm still thinking Laser Bridge. Seems to be where it likes to hang out for some reason.
JJ just going ham on the Argus Puffs with that golden sword. I'm gonna go for the Fire Rod strats.
And the runners do have Mirror Shield. Oh, there's the Ice Rod.
It was on Argus, wow.
Just like that, we have Go Mode. Question mark. The boots potentially playing spoiler.
Swamp House too OP. And this is why you go Argus before you go left side Swamp House, kids.
I'll be curious to see if JJ continues to check any locations in hopes for the boots. Possibly just like convenient chests that are very nearby.
I feel as though I typically wouldn't, unless they're chests that you like.
Yeah, they're right in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think even at this point, I think I go mode everything, get to Ganon's tower, and if it's there, well, you still have several chests in Ganon's tower to check too. it's likely that your opponent would have the same scenario.
JJ apparently disagrees.
Sometimes it's just muscle memory. First time you come to Mire, you check this.
Could be.
He's got Ether ready to go. I don't know if you've seen what medallion it is. It's Bombos.
He tried.
Alright, Tief's got an ambitious cold stare fight here. He can get hit exactly once.
Oh, Tief still has not picked up a bottle. That is unfortunate. As a swordless runner, man, swords are OP, especially in this fight.
I do not think I would like to engage cold stare with a hammer.
It's not great times.
Oh, nicely done. Only got hit from falling ice blocks a couple times there, but managed to take down cold stare no problem.
Good job, Tief.
JJ taking the nice little fall warp back to the door.
Let's
Something I always forget to do.
see if they go mode after getting that big key. That first chest, the God
Godmire.
The Godmire. And it looks like yes.
Check the one chest and like, alright, let's do it. Tief heading to Death Mountain now. See how happy or upset he is with the results in Hookshot Cave.
Gonna be sad they didn't come up here.
And for what it's worth, I can't really blame Tief for the plays that he's been making. He's been taking the dungeon as he is capable.
I don't think that Tief has really made any bad or wrong plays. I think it's just got a little unlucky, and sometimes that's the difference.
The one Aegina Cave holding the mirror, which then was the only way to get to Hera, which then had the path to the Dark World through Sahashala, is like so unlikely that I think many runners will have decided to go for Aghanim instead.
Yeah, if I were going to question one thing, I think it would probably be that early Dark Palace dip. When you have all of almost all of Dark World open, you haven't been to Thieves Town, you haven't been to, any of the Western Dark World, you don't have the bow, you don't have the hammer, maybe hold off on Dark Palace. Was that the difference? Probably not. But I mean, if they had found something really good in there,
both runners
it could be a whole different race, right? But
making decent encounters with bosses, and they're relatively stacked in terms of equipment. So there's like very little chance that JJ is gonna start dying or having difficulties. So
not
it's
with,
just
not
routing.
with the gear they have. Not with the gear they have. And neither of them have played bad. They've both been playing quite well. And I don't really hate either of their routing. It sort of feels bad to say it in a tournament, but I think a good portion of it was just some bad luck on Tief's part.
Or some really good luck on JJ's part.
Sure.
Yes, Flute was found in Swamp Palace.
Flute and Ice Rod were both in Swamp. The back end of Swamp. JJ doing that go mode Ice Palace. We'll see if they know the bomb jump. I have tried it once and gotten it once. I'll never do it again. Keep my perfect record.
JJ's already checked the one chest there, which is maybe just because it's a quick check, but may or may not be going for the bomb jump. We'll have to see.
I don't imagine that they won't go mode Ice Palace. I don't think the off chance, even if the boots were here, the off chance that you would need them, I don't think it would be worth it. Maybe take the chests that you find on the way, but I don't see them. If they can do the bomb jump, I don't see them skipping it to full clear.
Yeah, I mean, you check the Pengator chest.
Yeah, it's like right there. You have Golden Sword. You can kill the guys in like 2 seconds. No problem. Yep, here comes the
All right, Tief, here's the real hype cave. Starting with $20.
There's your fire rod. There's your mushroom. And there's your D. Because I mean, yeah, I'm a little bit of frustration there from Tief. Because here's the thing, right? JJ is in go mode. Needs 1, 2, 3 more pendants. JJ is looking very good to win this race right now. But it's not out of the question, depending on how they play, for Tief to still get a sub 2 or quite close to it at this point. So that just kind of goes to show that it's really not a question of player skill at this point. A couple questionable decisions here and there from both runners, but
sometimes in the heat of the moment of the race too, you just start doing something and you commit to it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You just gotta kind of, you're thinking of 15 things at once, and you just gotta go. And I think we've all been in that situation where we think, I shouldn't be doing this right now. I should be doing X, Y, Z. But you keep doing the thing that you're doing because, like you said, you kind of get committed. And especially if it's like the thing that you shouldn't be doing right now is, say, a dungeon, like when you go into, like if you go into Palace of Darkness and you think to yourself, man, I should really do this other thing before I do Palace of Darkness. You're already in there and you don't want to have to triple dip the dungeon, right? So you just keep going.
JJ's on his way to clean up Palace of Darkness here, and then I imagine he'll be right off to Turtle Rock.
We'll see if he gets the red mail. I'm gonna guess no. I'm gonna imagine that he does not. If I were JJ, I'm gonna go. I've got the bow. I'm gonna go right side. I'm gonna hammer down at the end of that right side stretch, and I'm gonna go straight to the boss.
Yeah, he has not been checking every chest along the way, so there's no reason for him to consider the dark maze. I think Tief is looking for a spare bit of magic here, so he can open up the rest of Skullwoods. I can't tell. He might have enough for one shot, though.
Yeah, we'll see how they decide to play this.
Oh, denied.
That's gonna be a big no. There is, I believe there is a large vial.
Yeah, in the room, after you pull the statue, you can bomb a wall. I think that's where there's a large magic.
And I believe that they have enough magic to Somaria the switch here. Skipping it though.
I mean, it is off to the side. Not everyone may know about it. It's like a room you'd never have to go into normally.
Oh, I know where.
Oh, the poultry intel.
Yep.
I mean, he has to. There's a pull two, I think.
Oh, you have to kill an enemy, I believe.
I'm actually not entirely sure how the poultry mechanic works. I know it changes. Oh, there you go. Hoarder's got some magic on him. The result changes based on enemies killed, or if you've been hit. Right, JJ's still cleaning up a few extra chests here. I don't remember where the big key is. That may be what he's looking for.
Oh, and there's the red nail. Hey. Yeah, I actually I believe big key is in the U-shaped rupee room. I don't know what the official community name for the room is.
Rupee rooms seems fine. I also am unaware. And almost all of the rooms have a special name now. I think the only one that stands out to me that doesn't is Cave 45.
Cave 45 is the special name. What are you talking about?
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah, get with the program, man. Jeez.
Takes down Mafia.
No problems. No problems at all. I think it's the left side chair.
Dark basement, I like that. That seems very plausible.
There it is. Dark basement, yeah, that works. Shouts to Math Girl 718 with the dropping the knowledge.
I like that Samaria play to flip those switches there. I always like screw around with the bow and like shoot the wall a few times. To answer a question in chat, why is only one runner killed Aga? At the beginning of the game, the way the items were given to us, it indicated that Aghanim was going to be required.
It seemed very likely for it to be an Aga seed, and Tief made a gamble that ended up not actually paying off. It was a close thing though, because it was actually the last possible item that JJ got before they would have had to go to Aga. That ended up being Titan's Mitts on Sasha. He had to go and get the green pendant, and it was pretty crazy. It was pretty ridiculous. By the way, if you guys enjoy these runs, go ahead and give these runners a follow. I'm sure they would very much appreciate it. Links in chat for JJBlu and Tief Blau.
JJ taking out Helmasaur King.
Very nice. Yeah, nice clean fight.
We'll see if Tief decides to go left side or straight to Argus.
Straight to Argus. Come on, Tief.
So I'm hoping he does it.
Get in there.
He'll be in go mode. And all things considered, like, we know that he's been a little bit behind here, and he probably feels bad about the Aghanim play, but he's going to be approaching go mode, you know, likely sub 130. It's still very, very respectable.
Oh, yeah. Looking at it now, I don't think Tief is going to get the sub 2, but I think it will be very close. JJ can definitely get there, depending on how long it takes them to get through. Turtle Rock is a long dungeon go motor now. There's not a whole ton you can skip out on.
Yeah, you're basically looking for the last little key. You just gotta keep collecting little keys. So there's not, as you said, there's not much to skip.
And it's like, even if you get all of the keys that you need, like if you somehow get them all right away, you still need to go through every room almost. JJ getting trolled by the Dead Rocks there. My least favorite enemy in the game. I freaking hate those guys.
Do we know anyone that actually likes the Dead Rocks?
I'm sure someone does. They're kind of cute. Like, I kind of like their design. I wish I liked them, but I am not allowed to swear on stream. I want to keep my commentator job, so let's just say I don't like Dead Rocks and leave it at that. Shout outs in the chat if you hate Dead Rocks. Where's my Dead Rock haters? I love you guys. I love you, chat.
We have some who love to hate them. I think that's the closest we're going to get to a compliment towards Dead Rocks.
Iridium likes powdered Dead Rocks. I like to stir a little in my coffee in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Randomizer mode with dungeon room shuffled. I would actually really get behind that.
There's +1 on the key count for JJ.
How many small keys do you need to get through?
Oh, I set myself up for this, didn't I?
Pop quiz. I don't know the answer either, so, you know. Shoutouts to chat if you know how many how many small keys you need for Turtle Rock. It's a teachable moment. Like all of them. I like that answer. I'm gonna go with that one. You need like all of them.
Yes, it is possible to kill the dead rocks if you do powder them. They turn into
Little
slime,
yeah,
a goo.
little jumpy dudes with hair. I believe Quake Medallion also works.
But once they're, if you activate them, you turn them into their dead rock form.
Yeah.
There's no going back at that point.
Well,
You gotta wait them out.
You gotta wait them out. Yeah. But if you as long as they're in their normal form, they'll powder or bacon. Turns out dead rocks love bacon.
I missed it. JJ checked the big key chest. I didn't see what it was. May not matter. It was a big key.
Ooh, Tief going for the silver arrow strats. Let's see how his aim is. I always wow,
Nailed it.
nice. I always go for that and miss it. It takes me longer to kill Argus with the silver arrows than anything else, just because I miss about 15 shots every time.
And that does put Tief into go mode. Minus a boots question mark, which we're still not sure on.
Tief's gonna come back into this race on the back of some boots. Let's go. Yeah, pretty much what happened, just to answer some questions going on in chat, pretty much what happened is a lot of the items were grouped together. Like there were a lot of items in East Death Mountain. There were a lot of items in Dark World Kakariko, etc. And Tief just pretty much made some bad guesses, and JJ made all the right guesses. Is basically what happened. They've both been playing very well, and I don't really. There's not really a lot to say bad about Tief's routing. It's there are a couple questionable decisions, but that's true for both runners. They've both been playing very well, all told.
Right, JJ being thorough, just cleaning up these last couple chests on Laser Bridge. Certainly one of the last places you want to have to come back to, should the boots be there.
It's always nerve-wracking when you're in a race, but you've got to feel pretty good about going into your final crystal fight at 130. That, you know, that's got to feel all right.
Yeah, for what it's worth, JJ found the mirror in Aegina's cave pretty early, which did lead him to Mitts off of the green pendant. And like in that scenario, like I would probably be feeling pretty good because I'd, you know, at worst, my opponent has done the same thing as me.
Good looking Trinex fight. Got the triple neck fight out of JJBlu. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask that chat needs to get their numbers ready because we're on our way to Ganon's Tower. And we need to know which chest is gonna have the big key. Which item location? Bob's torch counts as a chest.
I always go with number 1.
I won twice in a row guessing. 4.5.
I'm having a feeling it might be 3 today.
Sometimes I like to guess like locations rather than numbers.
But we gotta start this game.
Oh, do we do it? Oh, this channel doesn't have the bot. That's right.
All right.
Because this isn't one of the.
We are guessing for funsies today.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess the last 4 chests on the right side. That room with the where when you get the top left chest, the pits appear, and there's like beetles in there. I'm gonna guess that one.
Well, it's not on the torch, and it was also not number 1. JJ going hard left here. Perhaps you just wanted confirmation immediately to know if the boots were needed or not.
Probably not a bad idea. We'll see if it ends up turning to regret, wishing that they had checked those hope chests at the beginning on the right side.
Yeah, if it's in one of those first 2 chests, that is an opportunity for Tief to make up a little bit of time here. It's fairly dire straits at this point, but everything adds up. You never know.
JJ go for boomerang strats. With the hookshot. Ooh, fancy plays out of Tief here. On commentary sounds vaguely like me. I am Valkyrie TR.
Not even bad news.
So if it's me, then it's Valkyrie TR. Hey. Clearly, I'm your evil twin. Let's do it, Glenn. You and me, a dream team.
JJ did find half magic in the randomizer room, a bee in a bottle. Bee probably not too useful at this point, but half magic being pretty much the only upgrade they were missing. JJ does have to set up the bomb jump here. Lack of boots. This one is pretty forgiving, and he nails it.
Is it a 1 or a 2 tile gap for that bomb jump?
That is a good question. I can only guess. I'm gonna guess 1, but I don't know. You have a long width on the ending side to land.
The last seed I played, we came out of Ganon's tower with Fighter Sword and we had to track down another sword before going to fight Ganon.
Chad is guessing that the big key is at the shovel location.
Let's go! Yo, I'm into it. I'm super down for that. That's new in V29.5. They just put that in. They thought it would make races more exciting. Cause secretly key sanity, yo. Oh! Did I call it or what? Look at me! Look at me! Put me on that leaderboard. Let's go!
There's the boots too.
And the boots, man! I'm just... I'm gonna go... Hang on, I need to go buy, like, a lottery ticket.
What number was that? That's a good question. Can backwards reverse this?
I believe it was,
18?
18. No, 19. Well, okay. No, 18 because they didn't check tile them. So, 18.
Just dashes right through those spikes. No problems at all.
He's got bigger balls than these cannons. Hey.
Alright, JJ in the gauntlet now. A series of rooms with a series of enemies to kill in each. Seem to be destroying them too. Making real good pace here.
JJ is feeling good right now. All things considered, Tief not crazy far behind. Gonna end up just one dungeon behind. 1.5. I sort of feel like if you lose a race but you're in go mode, you got nothing to be ashamed of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is a standard I like to make too. It's like, if I can get into go mode before my opponent, no matter how strong of an opponent they are, you know, it's a little something at
You
least.
feel all right. Yeah. I mean, You should never be ashamed over a loss, as long as you're learning. As long as you get something out of the race. There's no shame in a loss, but you can feel all right about yourself. Feel like you weren't totally blown out of the water if you ended. JJ skipping those extra chests.
Gorm's being a jerk, but still took him down. Read a book.
I just don't. I don't have anything to say about that. That was a nice little corner shot there from JJ on Act 2.
Looks good. I think he got 2 there.
Super clean Aga 2 fight out of JJ. That was really nice. Well done.
Getting a few more revenge tramples over his corpse. Ganon and his advice on green products.
He wants you to have a whole grain breakfast for your delicious insides.
Really quick phase 1 and phase 2 by JJ also. Got maybe 15 extra hits in too, just for good measure.
I'm telling you, man, swords are OP in this game. They should not be allowed. JJ could fall off. Tief is still in this. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there.
Tief's doing what he can to climb back in. He's at the very least going for a decent time. JJ is just, you know, he's knocking everything out. He's beasting all these rooms. Even gets the first quick shot on Ganon here.
Wow! And the double hit. Let's go. What? Man. JJ does not care about you or your mom. He just is gonna kill Ganon. Well done. What a fight. He could still fall off, though. He could still fall off, though.
It's true. He could. Maybe he wants to check what's under the room, too.
Yeah.
Most people don't do that.
Yeah, you know, you never know. Okay.
Right, well, good game to JJ here. A very well done race.
And JJ has an official time of 1:44:39. That's like a full minute better than my PB. So, grats to him. See if we can get him in here for a little bit of an interview. JJBlu,
Hey.
welcome. Well done. Excellent.
Yeah, good game. Very strong performance the whole way through. Excellent routing, and you took down bosses in Ganon's tower like nothing. Good game.
Well, thank you guys.
So we have to start off with one question. How did you feel when you found the swagger?
I was like, maybe I'll use this just to appease the people, but since I have a goal of making 4 and 3 at the end of this, and I had 3 losses in a row, I was like, I can't really try and swag. I gotta actually get this done.
Yeah, you did quite well. There were a couple little hiccups here and there, but very, very well played seed by you.
Were you concerned about potential Ganon Tower Big Key being boots locked?
Yes, and that's why I went there first when I went into GT, just to find out flat out instead of even giving it a chance.
That's kind of what we thought. And we saw you checking a few extra chests here and there as they were convenient.
Yeah, because since I only had 1 bottle, no half magic, no boots, I mean, there was a few items worth finding that could give me some kind of value still.
Right. You and your opponent also, actually, both of you skipped checking the agony tree, the lumberjack tree item when you came out of escape. Did you just forget, or do you usually not route that in? Like, why did you skip that?
Well, lately, it goes based off my items. If I leave escape with like very little items, like no money, no bombs, then I'll go up because I want to get the extra tree pull, the extra crabs, in the hopes of getting the stuff, and I'll check it then. But I feel like if you don't have boots, you shouldn't have to go straight away to it because you don't have the ability to get the item anyway.
All right, I can see that. I can understand that logic. So go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so in terms of feeling throughout the entire race, did you feel pretty good about how you were running, or did you feel behind at any point?
Well, it's not that I felt like I was super ahead for a while. I thought I might have had a slight advantage when I got the tier 2 gloves early, after straight turning in green pendant. From there, I just kind of decided to keep rolling with it and follow what I had as far as progression.
Yeah.
You absolutely did.
Yeah, you did. That really is sort of where it turned around for you. Your opponent, Tief, actually went before checking any dungeons or even much of the overworld, went straight Aga Tower. And we were actually really worried about you because you checked everything before going to Aga, and then it ended up being the very last item that you could possibly get before Aga ended up being the one.
Well, actually, I chose to skip all of the Zora stuff, and I didn't do Ice Rod Cave, so I still had items left after the Tier 2 gloves. I was debating Aga, though, the whole time, because it was so accessible right at the beginning.
It was like the obvious play, right?
Very good on you for that. Do you have any thoughts or opinions on the seed that you'd like to share?
To be honest with you, I did not expect to get Go Mode in Swamp. I expected one item, but not both. And that kind of threw me in a, well, I guess I've just got to Go Mode like 5 dungeons now.
Yeah, we were actually expecting both items, Flute and Ice Rod, to be in Turtle Rock. So aren't you glad that wasn't the case?
Well, I'll be honest. After I got Fire Rod on Dark Death Mountain, I really debated going straight in T-Rock. But it's not that I didn't think progression could be in T-Rock. I was just worried about forcing myself to double dip it if Ice Rod was somewhere else. That was my only concern.
Yeah, no, I definitely think you made the correct play in that regard.
That was a fun seed, though. I mean, I know that no boots, no flute is a slow seed as far as walking around the map, but there was a lot of potential plays available early because you get Hammer and Thieves down.
Did you? Is that like a PB for you? Is this like more of an average seed? Like,
This is about a few minutes ahead of my average. My PB's a 127.
dang, make me feel bad about myself.
No, I mean, I'm 2-3, and I would do attribute it to I have played against some great opponents that did play better than me, so I'm completely fine with what I had for my record, but I felt like I could keep doing well.
Well, you're 3-3 now.
Are you ready for your next match? You ready to live the 4-3 dream?
Well, before the tournament started, my goal was to end with a winning record, so I still can do that, and that's what I'm going to try and achieve to do for sure.
Yeah, I definitely think you have it in you. After watching you race today, I definitely think you have a good shot.
Well, thanks very much.
Did Tief
Looks like Tief is forfeited.
Yeah, forfeited. Yeah. Would they still like to come in for an interview?
I see him in the waiting room. I do not believe I have the ability to pull him in, though.
I had a curiosity. Did he have any issues getting bombs in the beginning and escape?
Yes. Wait. Did you have a bomb coming out of escape?
Yes. I got one off the rats before the final room, and then I got 8 more off the rats before leaving.
Yeah. Tief actually had to go back.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I know I went out of my way to kill a lot of extra enemies, and thankfully for once it paid off in that regard in the beginning.
Tief, welcome.
Hey.
Hey, that was quite a race. Well done to you. There's no shame in your game, sir.
I appreciate that, but man, I feel beat up after that. Not
Hey,
because of, it's more because just, man, I made a really bad call, and I really should have known better.
The early Aga. Hey, we were really complimenting you on it at first because it wasn't until, like, man, what you had to do to dodge Aga was a little ridiculous.
Yeah, and there was absolutely nothing in pod, nothing in catfish. I'm just like, okay, what am I using these gloves for? It was to go up Death Mountain and get the green pendant. And I really need to be checking Aghanim more often, but it's just, man, it's so nice to route in later, but it really bit me in the butt this time. So
Yeah.
really, that wasted a lot of time, and
honestly, it was really just you played very well. We were talking about this the entire race, where you played very well. It's just one or two unlucky decisions made you lose a lot of time.
Yeah, both times it was Death Mountain. First time so you could get the actual Dark World access, and then the second time was Hookshot Cave was loaded. All the rest of the progression, pretty much.
Yeah, there's a lot.
yeah, I was expecting there to. Okay, so I had mitts, and I was thinking, okay, well, I can either there's something in Ice Palace or there's something in Hookshot Cave, and I went for Ice Palace because that's also, That's just completely, screwed. Just oh, what's a good friendly word for it? It's come back to haunt me before several times.
Yeah, no. It was actually the route that I was suggesting. I was saying, it's like I wouldn't mind seeing an Ice Palace play from one of the runners here. You've got everything you need to clear it. It's scary because you're kind of low health, you're low defense, but it is fully completable. I wouldn't mind seeing it. And then you went for it and it ended up not paying off, and it was just kind of.
It was just a bunch of nothing in there, and at that time though, I had red nails, so I wasn't that scared going into it. It was just, hey man, I had no boots. Did JJ? Did you find boots at all?
It was in GT.
Oh jeez.
It was you. If you had gotten the last, because you mirrored right after you got the big key. If you had gotten those other 3 chests in that room, you would have gotten boots.
So it really wasn't much of a time save to get it, but I mean, it's a slight save if you happen to get it in GT.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like, man, I should have known better, especially because how I normally play is I try to dodge ag as much as I can, but this time I was feeling like a big brave hero. I'm like, oh yeah, this is totally an ag seed. Let's do it. We got everything. I got tempered. This is gonna be easy. And then it led me to waste a lot of time in dipping pod which gave me nothing.
Well, I actually really debated the ice play as well, since I didn't do any of the Zora stuff until later. Apparently, like you did, I went and grabbed the blue mail and then went to Ice Rod. And while I was swimming to go over to Ice Rod, I was like, do I want to go into ice without hook shot? And I chose eventually not to do it because I felt that the progression would want me to have hook shot to go there, because normally you need it for the right side unless you get the small key, which you happen to get, but I followed that choice and didn't go in there.
Yeah, and after I did Ice Palace, and I said, okay, that was a complete and utter bust, but Flippers hasn't given me anything. When I finally had the choice of, okay, well, I have Eastern Palace, which I dipped as well, completing Pod, or Swamp. I was like, yeah, I bet there's something in Swamp. Flippers has given me nothing, so let's go for Swamp. And that paid off.
Yeah, Swamp gave me go mode myself, so.
Same here.
Well, I'd just like to say GG, man. This was an interesting race. There was a lot of options open throughout the whole seed as far as where we could go, so.
Yeah, I just feel like, man, I made 3 or 4 plays that should have been good, but man, oh, I got bodied. Oh, and that screen I forfeited on the invisible bridge that you normally bonk over. I cannot remember how that room is supposed to look like, so I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just not gonna bother. I'm just gonna forfeit. I already lost. Whatever.
Do you actually know how to do the bomb jump over?
No, I've never even seen someone do it.
Where you get the 2 skulls at up top, if you just pull one of the skulls and walk a full space away from those 2 skulls and plant the bomb, you'll just get knocked across straight away, and you're good.
I'd probably have to see it. Yeah, I use a lot of visual aids in doing those bomb jumps. So,
if you plan to
watch
watch
the race, yeah,
if you watch it back, I did the bomb jump.
Okay, I'll take a look at it. But yeah, I think that's about all I can really say about that seed. Sheesh.
Well,
Yeah,
it was a good race by both of you. Neither of you have anything to be ashamed of.
You put on a good show. You both played well for what it's worth. Just sometimes the items don't show up where you want them to show up. Sometimes they do.
Iceman mentions that you can, if you don't know the layout of the room, there's a torch at the top of the room on the right side, and if you fire rod it, it will show you the layout.
For some reason, I thought that the ledge that was to the left of that torch blocked fire rod, but I guess I must be wrong.
You can also use ether to reveal the path.
Yeah, and I remember doing that. I just didn't want to bother.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't. I've forfeited races before.
Yeah.
But yeah, any final thoughts from anybody?
JJ.
Oh, GG, man. Also, thank everybody. Bad Moons, Tiara, Thief, Iceman, everybody in the community. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Couldn't do any of this without y'all.
Yeah. So yeah, basically what he said. You know, thank you to our restreamer Iceman F1. Thanks to our tracker. Is JLo our tracker? I thought our tracker was
Lane.
Yeah, Lane. Our little volunteer thingy, I think, has the wrong tracker. Yeah, Iwakura Lane 42 is our tracker for this thing, and you know what? I just want to say I especially appreciate our trackers because my job would be a lot harder without you, and I know that I could not be a tracker. I would get so distracted and miss everything. So thanks to the tracker, thanks to our runners, JJBlu. And Tief Blau, you guys were both great. Links for all of these people are in the chat if you guys want to follow them. Thanks to my co-commentator, Bad Moon Z, I am Valkyrie Tiara, and extra super awesome special thanks to chat and the community for hanging out, for watching this, for supporting all this. If it weren't for you guys, we wouldn't have community, we wouldn't have scenes. So extra thanks to you guys.